I'm glad that you are here to explain to me. Do you have the game ball? Did you take it to Phoenix from last night? Do you have Giannis's game ball, Chris? What the hell was that? What was that?
That was an aggressive reaction from Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, Giannis has accomplished a lot in his career. He's a former MVP, an NBA champion. He's put up incredible individual statistics. For him to react that way over a game ball that recognized his 64th point or 64-point game, it just made no sense to me. My reaction was similar to the reaction of Tyrese Halliburton. If you looked at him in that moment, he's kind of looking at Giannis and probably thinking the same things I just said to you. Like, why, oh, why do you want this particular game ball? But, for whatever reason, Giannis wanted it.
Well, I mean, it's a personal best. It's a Bucks best. And apparently he sends game balls to his mom. Like, apparently that's the drill.
Look, I'd be the comment he made afterward that stuck out with me was that he doesn't have the ball from Game 6 of the NBA Finals. Like, that's the ball that I would want, not an individual achievement in a relatively meaningless regular season game.
Well, I guess that's also my point too that I just made is the NBA. Obviously we'll look into this, but deep down they got to be thrilled that the in-season tournament has created bad blood that's spilled into the rest of the regular season. Like, this apparently comes from Halliburton's Dame time moment after hitting the game sealer against the Bucks in the semifinal in Vegas, and they came in hot last night, the Bucks, against the Pacers.
Yeah, they're the bad blood between these two teams has been brewing. And look, part of that is what happened in the in-season tournament. Part of it is kind of a rise in Indiana over the last couple of years. I mean, that in-season tournament, one thing it showcased was that the Pacers are for real. They have been a team on the rise for really the last 3 years, 2.5 years since they got Tyrese Halliburton. Halliburton's playing at an MVP level. And, the intensity of that semifinal game was playoff-like. And, if these two teams ever wind up meeting down the line in a postseason series, I think you'll have some spiciness attached to it.
So just some other curious questions here. And then we'll get to the other, I guess, clearly more serious matters at hand. How many basketballs are used in an NBA game? How many are there?
So before a game, the referees and I believe two of the players, selected players, effectively pick out two balls. Like, there's a rack of balls that gets rolled out for players to warm up with before the game, halftime, all the stuff you see over the course of a game. Two of them are selected before the game that are to be used as game balls. One is obviously put into play right away. The other is on standby in case there's an incident involving blood or some other issue with the ball. So there are two balls that are defined as game balls. Clearly, Giannis wanted the one that was in play. And Rick Carlisle said after the game, look, we don't necessarily need the one that was in play. Just give us one of the game balls to honor our rookie's first career point. So this felt like a situation that probably could have been easily diffused with a little more conversation and not an altercation.
And how often does the second game ball get used? Have you ever seen something like that?
I don't see it happen all that often. When I see it happen, primarily when I see it happen is if blood gets on a ball, right? So, if you have a guy that gets cut, a little bit of blood gets on the ball, they're not just going to wipe it off with a towel. They're going to, basically take it out of circulation, at least for the rest of that game. That's primarily when a second ball comes into play.
All right. These are fascinating things to me. I never, like, honestly, I saw that last night. And when I heard about Giannis wanted the game ball, I thought to myself, they can't have only one basketball in an NBA arena. I mean, you just watch these players warm up. There's 50 of them out there.
Rich, they're all the exact same ball. Like, it's not like there are two balls that are different than the other balls that are in play. They are quite literally the exact same basketballs that are rolled out there on the rack. I think it's like 6 across, 4 down. Yeah. I mean, you're talking to a former ball boy, Rich. So I have a deep knowledge of the basketballs in an NBA arena. They are the exact same. They're all the exact same that are put out there. So when Giannis says it didn't really feel like the one that we were playing with, that doesn't really line up with kind of what I know about the game.
I was about to say, so are you speaking as an NBA insider right now, or are you speaking as a former ball boy right now, Chris?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
I'm tapping into both of my knowledge base.
And so I guess now that leads to my last question, I swear, and then we will move on. Was the ball boy last night like freaking out? Was there some young ball boy last night in that arena just freaking about a basketball, Chris?
Probably not, because once you saw the security director for the Bucks immediately go and get his hands on one of them.
Yes.
In that moment, and again, speaking as a former ball boy, in a situation like that where I am a teenager making like $50 a game, I'm staying the hell away from that. I want no part of whatever's going on between Giannis and the Indiana Pacers.
Chris Mannix here, former ball boy, senior writer for Sports Illustrated. Or were you a senior ball boy? Should I? Give
I got
to
senior ball boy.
Okay.
When you get to your senior year of college, you're still a ball boy. That's your senior ball boy.
Where was this?
This was in Boston for almost 10 years.
In the Garden?
I never got into the old Garden. I was the first year of the new building.
Oh, really? Okay. Did you ever have like a run-in with anybody at any point in time as a ball boy?
We'll have to do this the next time, Rich. There's a lot of ball boy stories I can tap into. That's
very good.
Sure.
All right, we'll now in fact move on. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.